Go ahead.
My turn?
Yeah, your turn.
My name is Cassie Bloom. I'm a social worker with the state of Maryland. I work at the Anne Arundel County Department of Social Services. I've been there for 9 years. I have 3 years of experience in child welfare and 6 years in adult services. And currently, I'm an adult protective service investigator in Anne Arundel County. So what that means is I go out into the community and I investigate allegations of abuse, neglect, self-neglect, and financial and sexual exploitation of vulnerable adults. I came from a family that valued public service. Both of my parents were state of Maryland employees. I think combined they worked for the state of Maryland for over 80 years. They were proud of their work, and I was happy to have the opportunity to enter into the state merit system. Even though the pay was lower than had I gone into the private sector, or even had I gone into the federal government or worked for Anne Arundel County as a social worker, because I valued the work and because I was in a system where, although I started out lower, it was stable. I had decent benefits. I had a guaranteed pension, and I could slowly, move up, not by leaps and bounds, but by small, modest, regular steps. And all of that has recently come into question. During this past year, because of recruitment difficulties that Sue mentioned, DHR started bringing in new social workers at step 9. The way our pay system works is that generally, unless there's a recession or something, and I understand, I'm of the belief that that comes with the territory. I was happy to pitch in during that time. I felt it was a bit of a slap in the face when it was over, that it was a fight for every step, that I was treated like I was asking for a favor. But, okay, I'm sorry. So, yeah, well, it's upsetting. So new people were brought in at step 9. Word got out, and there was some pushback. Generally due to budget cuts, because I'm at a step 5. I've got 9 years of experience, and I'm at a step 5 because of the lack of regular step increases. And so there are brand new people with no experience, with the same level of education and licensure that I have, who are coming in 4 steps higher than I am. So that's a $4,000 difference in my classification, and I'm training them. And that disparity has been created and locked in. I don't see where I go from here. And I feel like I'm being pushed out. So I feel like my parents were the kind of caliber of employees that the state merit system retained, and I'm the kind of caliber employee that the current status of the state merit system is going to lose. In response to the pushback at the local departments, certain social workers were brought up to step 9. Existing employees were brought up to step 9. That happened in child welfare classifications, and there was a carve out for adult services. So because I investigate cases of abuse of adults who don't have the capacity to protect themselves, and oftentimes don't even have the capacity due to conditions like dementia to even recognize they're being maltreated, because that's the population I serve, there was this line, even though we're in the same classification, at the same agency, working under the same mission. If I were to leave the adult services position and apply for a supervisory position in child welfare, I would make less than every social worker that I supervised. And that's the degree of the disparity that was put in place and locked in. So I came to the state of Maryland thinking I would have my whole career there. I actually recently just started applying for jobs out of the state system because I don't see where I'm going to go from here. I feel like it has a very negative impact on morale. I feel like my work isn't valued. And then when my work is devalued, I feel like the clients that I serve are devalued, which are the elderly and disabled. They're people's parents and grandparents. This bill doesn't solve the whole problem in terms of social workers being relatively underpaid, even compared to other female-dominated professions like nursing and teaching. Social workers are disproportionately underpaid. They're even more underpaid when you're in public service. It doesn't solve the whole problem, but I feel like this bill brings a sense of fairness back into the state merit system. So I respectfully ask for your support. Thank you.
Any questions? My only comment is, I can't believe it. very much for bringing this up.